Hi, I'm Kurt Veely. I'm the Director of Research at Berry Consultants. I'm here with a couple Berry Consultants speaking at RSIW in a couple weeks, late September 2025. Looking forward to their talks, and they're going to give an intro of what they're talking about. So we'll start with Cora Allen-Savietta, who is talking about the use of predictive probabilities in clinical trials.
Thanks, Kurt. Yeah, I'll be talking on Friday at 2:50 p.m. And I'll be talking about predictive probabilities, when it's a good time to use them and when you might want to watch out for some yellow flags. So let's imagine that you could predict whether your clinical trial would succeed before you'd even finished enrolling patients. Now, that's the power of predictive probabilities in adaptive trial design. And the key question always is, are they a good fit for my trial? And here's how I answer that when I'm designing a trial, and I use what we call here at Berry in silico trial design. And that sounds fancy, but it's actually pretty straightforward. It consists of simulating a starting trial design with individual patient data, interim analyses, and final results. It's kind of a core technique here. And with it, we can see how predictive probabilities make adaptive decisions about sample size, patient population, and dose. And then we can ask, does the algorithm have enough information to make good decisions? And do we like the decisions that it's making? Probably the answer is it's not quite right yet. So we'll iterate. We'll possibly adjust the timing of an interim. We'll raise the sample size decision threshold or change a dose selection trigger. And then we rerun the simulations under this updated design. And we use this iterative in silico process to fine tune and adjust each element of the design to work well across a range of possible treatment effects. And I know not everyone loves predictive probabilities, and I do want to touch on a few scenarios where we might avoid using predictive probabilities, such as when patient enrollment races ahead of data collection. But what I've really learned is that predictive probabilities work really well for adaptive sample size, patient enrichment, and randomization and dose selection. And through the use of in silico design, we can really see how predictive probabilities will perform in our particular design setting. So that's what I'll be talking about on Friday, and I hope you'll come join me.
Thank you, Cora. We're also here with Nick Berry, who will be talking about incorporating early endpoints, longitudinal modeling, and related topics.
Yeah, thanks, Kurt. Like you said, I'm Nick Berry, senior statistical scientist. I'm talking at 1:30 p.m. on Friday at RISW. My session is titled "Squeezing More Juice from Patient Data." Basically, enhancing decision-making in clinical trials by using early endpoint data, like Kurt said. We will have one talk that is purely an example of where this has been done, complex innovative design, where we used early data to facilitate making decisions at the final endpoint. We'll have a regulatory perspective on sort of the history of the development and the use of this, largely in Bayesian trials, but and that's where we'll focus. And so the story of that happening over the last 25 years or so. And then my talk will be sort of a statistical exploration of the benefits that can be gained from this. So we'll start at a trial that naively uses only the very final endpoint, and we'll work up by adding sort of this early endpoint data, linking it to the final endpoint, and showing the efficiencies largely through simulation study in silico clinical trial design. And we'll try to frame the benefits, not in terms of power and things like that, but in terms of effective sample size. So we orient a lot of this session towards what do we actually gain in terms of patients? How many patients do we save by being more efficient with the use of information? And so we'll explore sort of this use of early patient data through multiple imputation from weak naive models to very strong models, and kind of explore the benefits, the risks that we get from that.
Thank you, Nick. And I hope everybody's able to join both of you at RSIW 2025.